Fired up footballers, James here, coming at you on Monday morning. Want to talk about that dome potentially coming to Soldier Field, or what it can really mean for the Bears and the Chicago Fire. Chicago Fire and the Bears. Chicago Bears have already put out a statement. We'll get into that. Also, we got some other stuff for you, some Chicago Fire stuff. Also, even better, Wayne Rooney coming to MLS. He's back. We'll get into where, how, what happened. Thanks for joining us here on Spittingfire, guys. Kick that like button, comment what's going on. Let us know what you guys like to see, hear, how you guys been feeling about the Fire. I know people are down. Well, Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot, of course, beloved by all Chicagoans, is committed to keeping the Bears at Soldier Field on the city's lakefront. So they put together a proposal to try and keep the Bears there. They put together a little expert group and said, hey, this panel, shouldn't the Bears think about staying at Soldier Field? The panel that Lori Lightfoot put together said, yeah, the Bears should think about staying at Soldier Field. It might be better for them. Of course, the panel's going to say that, but we got AP writing in here. The panel associated by Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot recommended the city explore enclosing Soldier Field, part of an effort to convince the Chicago Bears to remain in their lakefront home rather than leave for the suburbs of Arlington Heights. The panel has also recommended expanding the capacity of the stadium with the fewest seats in the NFL. That's the thing. It's the fewest seats in the NFL. They're in trouble. I lost my place. As well as installing synthetic turf and selling naming rights. So it wouldn't be Soldier Field. Maybe it'd be something like at Soldier Field. I gotta go to here. Where is that? All the way over there. All right. Let's get a ball. Try and get some sort of trick to move there. So what do you guys think in the chat? Let us know what you guys are thinking, how you guys are feeling about the Bears making the move to Soldier Field. What is up, chat? What's up, Connor? Yeah, this is an early one, man. Having a little fun and a little day off today for summer. This Spittingfire's asleep, so we will take advantage. Come on. There we go. While I do, let's get that up properly. Yeah. Fix that up. Oh man, I can't even see chat right now, which is a small problem. I like being able to read chat. I caught Connor's chat, but I gotta fix that up. So chat, let us know how you feel about Soldier Field. A lot of fans love Soldier Field. A lot of fans do not like Soldier Field. I am of the, I could leave Soldier Field in a heartbeat. I'm ready. I'm ready to leave Soldier Field. That's what I think. I'm Connor. FC Neo Tokyo Toe coming in, day off. Yeah, dude, to play a little Fortnite. Start off the day, got a little coffee cup, and I wanted to talk Soldier Field, Chicago Fire, and DC United picking up Wayne Rooney. I want to talk a little bit of that, you guys, over the morning coffee, because I heard Pat McAfee on that football channel that he runs. Really enjoy his football content. They were breaking into it, and it's funny when I hear, outsiders breaking into the situation. We are in a place here as Chicagoans where we actually know what's going on better than the rest of the world. So I know FC Neo Tokyo is a fan of keeping the Bears in Soldier Field. How the rest of you guys feeling about that? And to potentially give me reasons why. Also, guys, I got the Discord rolling. Discord is up if you guys want to slide in the Discord and talk a little. Your coffee. All right, we got right back. Quinn, let's pick you up. Ooh. There we go, chat. Whoa! Whoa! I hate this charge. I hate this charge. I do not like the charge stinger. I do not like that charge stinger. Not a fan. Chat. Kind of retract his message. Why don't they just build a new roof stadium downtown? There's no room or no money. Well, that's the thing. Actually, there is no room. The fact that this amount of land is available in the Chicago city is so rare. It's a rare unicorn. Chicago Fire were looking for land in the city, a whole bunch of it, so that they could put down their own stadium. It's hard to find a massive bit of land in Chicago that isn't already being used for commercial reasons, for sleeping, or I'm sorry, for housing reasons, or for school. You know, so yeah, it's schools, parks. You need parks in the city, so it's always a city management issue too, a resource. So with the Bears leaving, guys, the Bears are leaving. It's actually official. It's actually official. I have the paperwork. We'll get into it here. So the Bears were asked for a response, and they issued their response like so. Here it is, chat. I don't know if you guys are ready for this. As part of our mutual agreement with the seller of that property, they're talking about Arlington Heights. We are not pursuing, we as in the Bears, are not pursuing alternative stadium deals or sites, including renovations to Soldier Field, while we are under contract. So the Bears are under contract with the Arlington Heights location, and for that reason, they aren't even looking at Lori Lightfoot's committee and recommendations for the Bears to stay there and for a dome to be put onto Soldier Field. Now here's a complicated rub about that. When they initially did the first set of Soldier Field renovations way back in early 2000s, it set the tone for what they're able to do, and actually has made it as complicated it so that it is much harder to add a dome to the existing structure. So for that reason, they have to either get rid of the existing structure in a large capacity or move. And getting rid of that structure in the largest capacity is going to be a big pain, because they want to, of course, preserve the Soldier Field part, those columns along the lakefront. They want to preserve that. Chat, do you guys think the Fire are going to be a worthwhile tenant as a solo tenant in Soldier Field? Without the Bears, they're going to be the solo draw, and then Soldier Field's going to have to get games to go to Soldier Field rather than the new Arlington Heights location with the Bears. I already see problems with that. First off, if it's one of attendance and one of a numbers game, more seats, more butts in the seats, more potential for butts in the seats equals more money. So that, for that reason alone, the Arlington Heights location will win out for those premier ticket items. You would think maybe some of the less premier ticket items might find their way to Soldier Field, but I really think Arlington Heights is gonna start scooping a lot of the major talented events that come to Chicago that might have otherwise gone to Soldier Field. They'll probably be going to Arlington Heights. Now, there's another reason for that, guys, and I think that this is slept on. Now, I have some city denizens in my chat. FC Toke lives in the city, but he's been moving out. We've people who live in the city, and we have suburbanites who live outside the city. Well, the Bears ran the demographics, guys. Who do you think is more likely to go to a Bears game? Do you think it's a person who lives in the city of Chicago, or do you think it's a person who lives in the suburbs of Chicago? What do you think? Is it suburbs of Chicago that are more likely to attend a Bears game, or the city of Chicago denizens? That's the thing, though. They ran the numbers, they ran the demographics, and the numbers are saying that's more suburbanites go to Chicago Bears games than city dwellers. It might be upsetting to hear for Swiss city dwellers, especially, I mean, you guys, we're the largest city in the world, but we're the largest city, one of the third largest city area, metropolitan area in America. But that's the thing. We're a large metropolitan area. We are more than just a city. We are the extending suburbs. It goes out farther than that. And the Bears want money. They need to get to their surest resource of money. And the surest resource of money, I'm sorry to say, is actually not inside the city of Chicago at Soldier Field. It will be at Arlington Heights, unfortunately, with all those suburbs all around. It's just going to attract families, family events. That style of entertainment is more so what sports appeals to. Yes, there are huge subsections of sports where there are bachelors, college kids, but think about this. It becomes a family experience at a certain point because us men, we tend to grow up. We get a wife, we get a partner, and we start growing our wife or partner, whatever, what have you. Love the one, love your lovelies. And then we want to bring them to the games and we want to bring them to the enjoyment. So another thing Connor says, I think a lot of people what drives a lot of people away is the current state of the city. It's just so much of a risk to go downtown. So I will debate that on some level and also agree with it on some level. Yes, there is a risk going downtown Chicago, but it is not nearly as unsafe as it is made out to be. Knock on wood. Tokyo lives down there. Tokyo's seen violence down there. I've seen violence down in Chicago. We've seen some gnarly things. And we've been lucky enough to stay out of harm's way for the most part. It is dangerous sometimes, but also those events are very typically few and far between. I've seen them in other places outside of Chicago, New Orleans, Miami. I've seen some crazy stuff. Las Vegas, San Francisco. Woo! All those cities, I saw way worse stuff going on than what I saw in the city of Chicago. Although Chicago has its problems. It's not without its problems and its issues, but good city. Definitely a really good city. Great people. Yeah, FC Tokyo also chiming in and saying it's 100% not the war zone people make it out to be. Act like you've been there before. It is not a war zone. I go down there almost every day of the week in some capacity. Although I actually do go through war zones, Tokyo. I legit go through some of the scariest parts of Chicago almost on a daily basis. But all the same, it's not the war zone that it's cracked out to be. Yeah, there's occasional problems. Yeah, you got to watch your head. Yeah, you keep constant vigilance is a good thing to have, a good thing to employ. But at the same time, it's usually fine. It's usually safe for the most part, but certain areas can have repeat mechanics at play. One of my buddies, where he works in the city of Chicago, there's a shooting almost every other week so far this summer and last summer. Crazy stuff. I've heard shootings where driving to work or on my way to work with my window down. When I still run with my window down, chat. I mean, you do have to be smart. You have to know about a lot of these events do happen towards nighttime, happens towards warm events. You got to watch out for that kind of stuff. But it is just, I don't know if it's avoidable. Sometimes it's unavoidable, and that's unfortunate. But it is not as nearly as bad as it's made out to be. I mean, walking to Soldier Field is fine. You're in a huge crowd. Everybody's walking there. It's typically fine. Even after the fact, like Grant Park, go there during the daytime. You could have a nice time. All over Chicago. It's not Gary, Indiana. Gary, Indiana is a different beast altogether. That's right. That is right down the way, I guess. So that's true. But Soldier Field, back to Soldier Field. I'm not sure that Chicago Fire can actually carry that place as a solo tenant. I'm just not convinced that Chicago Fire, who put a 15,000 last, a couple days ago, is going to really be able to be a staple industry inside of Soldier Field where they're not losing money constantly every time, or they're making enough money to justify using the location, justify employing that many people, and justify the traffic that it does, the traffic events that it does to the city of Chicago. So Chicago Fire are going to be the sole tenant, or that's what's lining up to be right now. However, there's always also the chance that Soldier Field closes its doors and becomes a different thing altogether. Maybe they turn it into a museum of some sort. Maybe they turn it into an event space of some sort, more on par with McCormick Place or something like that. But even still, doesn't have a dome. In order to get to dome, they got to do a whole significant lot of work. That's a good question, Connor. Connor asking, do you think that the Red Stars, who play over in Bridgeview, will move out? Will move in with the Chicago Fire once the Bears are out? I see that as a big possibility. I see that as a possibility. I wonder about the demographics of the fan base for NWSL, because every fan demographics are every base of fan demographics are better. Chicago Fire were seeing the numbers, and they were under the impression that moving to the city would bring back some of the fans that they felt that they had lost. I think they're mistaken in that. I think the money, the main chunk of money for sports, for Premier League sports, as in NFL tickets, NHL tickets, NBA tickets, is in the families. Getting the families out there. Yeah, you get the bachelors. Yeah, you get the couples. But without getting the families are 4 tickets sold. 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs. It just makes more sense in a way. So I don't really see the Chicago Fire as being able to succeed as a solo tenant. They would need something like Red Stars. Maybe if they ran double headers, that might attract more people to go to games, because they could go see 2, 3, 4 halves of soccer on a day and have a ball at Soldier Field, and then maybe better justify having to pay the extra seat for their car, because paying 40 bucks for your car, I'm sorry, that stops a lot of people from going. You want me to pay for a seat for my car? My car doesn't have eyes. My car can't watch the game and appreciate it. And you're having me pay the equivalent of a ticket, of a full price seat ticket? That's unreal. They have to figure that out. And that's one of the reasons why the Bears are moving. The Bears are not making as much money as they could be, because Chicago Park District have their grubby little hands inside of the cookie jar. And once they get those grubby hands out, the grubby hands that do not want to fix shit, that want to just maintain the status quo as much as possible rather than move into progress, move into the future, move into modernity. Take the bus. They don't want to do that. UC, I do like the United Center. So, like for certain example, I can avoid for certain areas of Columbus. Yeah, every city has its sketchy areas, right? I mean, there's Skid Row in LA, right? You just do not go to Skid Row. No way that the fire could do that unless there's a full-on change on the field, says Toke. By the way, everybody, I got the Discord open if you guys want to hop in and have a little chat. We got to get Red Stars and a lacrosse team up in there. A lacrosse team will help, but how much will that draw? That's not going to be enough to substantiate 65,000 seats. The Chicago Fire can't substantiate 65,000 seats. You need something that could substantiate 65,000 seats. Is that Northwestern football? I'm pretty sure Northwestern just made a new stadium. But I'm pretty sure Northwestern Stadium is not too big. FC Neo Tokyo, Toke saying, take the bus. I think it's a possibility the Red Stars move, but they might really have a great niche out where they're at. Bridgeview is not a bad location. It's easily accessible for a lot of suburbanites, the southwest suburbs and the western suburbs included. It's a little brutal to get to sometimes from the top of the city, from the north side, but such will be the case when the Bears are in Arlington Heights. I'm on the south side. It's going to be a little more difficult to move on to the north side, but will it be as difficult as it is getting to Soldier Field, getting to the United Center, getting to Wrigley Field? It's miserable going to some of those spots in the inner city, in the city of Chicago, closer to the lakefront. Well, United Center, of course, not being closer to the lakefront, but Wrigley being moderately close to the lakefront, and Soldier Field being situated right there on the lakefront. They're a little bit harder to get to because all the streets, all the congestion, all the traffic you gotta manage to be able to get to those places. The Bears make plenty of money. No, they don't. They don't make enough money. It's never enough. FC Neo Tokyo. It's never enough for these people. It's never enough for these people. They're making just under billions, or maybe they're making a billion or so. They need to be making billions with a closed parentheses and an S on the end. It's not me. It's their corporate greed. And also the thing about it is how much that they think that they can milk fans for. Guys, they look at us as a cash cow, a proverbial cash cow. They're looking at us fans, the decisions we make, as a cash cow, as fueling the decisions that they make. The reason they're going to Arlington Heights is because they feel more people in Chicago area will attend. More people will pay for the products of the Bears because they moved to Arlington Heights. They're running the numbers. They're guessing that is the case after they did market research. Now, we've seen market research fail because look at the Chicago Fire. Look at that rebrand, that initial rebrand. They said they got people in the room and had market research and was doing the right way, but we all saw how that turned out. I mean, there's a possibility the Bears could flip this pancake, and it flips right out of the pan onto the floor, and instead of nice little blueberries in there, you got dust and dirt inside of your pancake. They got to land this pancake. This is their first pancake that they've been flipping in a while, and the first pancake is the hardest, chat. FC Neo Tokyo is not a fan of the mood, saying boo. Society is crumbling because these folks can't accept when enough is enough. Tokyo, that is a word of wisdom right there. That is a blast of absolute truth serum. I think that you just pumped into the proverbial veins of Spitting Fire's audience. Society is crumbling because corporate greed can't accept when enough is enough. Very true. Very true. Connor knows soccer, saying the big money makers here are Ohio State football, Blue Jackets hockey, Crew soccer, and Clippers AAA baseball, in that order. Ohio State makes close to $7 million a home game. Jeez. $7 million a home game is insane, chat. Oh, I'm in trouble. $7 million a game. That's nutso. Making our moves, chat. The Bears are gonna make millions by switching over to, they're already making millions, and that's what Tokyo's pointing out. They're already making great money at Soldier Field, but the Bears are selling out 65,000 seats regularly, basically at Soldier Field, but they're not selling out 100,000 seats at more expensive prices and more expensive concessions, or maybe concessions might be cheaper. Concessions could be more affordable as a result of this, chat. That is true. I did not take that battle well. So although enclosing Soldier Field would incur significant investment, further analysis is required to fully understand the specific costs, the potential direct and indirect economic impacts, and the full range of potential funding sources available to determine options that are respectful to Chicago taxpayers. Do you hear that? In order to facilitate this, it's going to cost Chicago taxpayers a lot of dough. So it's like, if you really want your Bears, it's going to cost you, the city denizen, more money. And the Chicago is already really fucking up shit with their money. They gave away their parking fees. Like, that's where the Chicago is making mistake and mistake and mistake. It's not as bad as other locations in America, but there are some fucking silly, stupid fucking mistakes made by Lori Lightfoot and fucking company, and I'm fucking sick of it. It's absolutely pathetic, but it's still one of the greatest cities in the world, in the nation to live in. Love my Chicago. It works. We somehow make it work. That's kind of awesome. I do love that about Chicago. Okay, new plan. Soldier Field is the exclusive home of U.S. men's national team games. That's a problem. That's Neo Tokyo. Why would I, as a U.S. men's national team and Team Mexico, artificially limit the size of our attendance at 65K when I know we could sell at 100, when I know we could go to Arlington and sell at 120 easily? You're gonna deny me double the capacity because this new stadium could be between 100 and 125, double 65. Literally just saying, what's the point? What's the point of the Soldier Field at that point? They're going to deny, because a U.S. men's national team versus Mexico game at Arlington Heights could draw 100K versus Soldier Field, where it's locked in at that 65K. So once again, it creates logistical and corporate problems for these guys, because, hey, say you're the U.S. men's national team and you're playing Costa Rica. Then maybe Soldier Field makes sense, right? Because is Soldier Field, are the fans really going to come out for US Costa Rica? They're going to really pack up 100,000 stadium to see that? Maybe not. Will they maybe versus US men's national team versus Argentina? Yeah, they will. US men's versus Argentina, Leo Messi coming to town. They're moving that over to Arlington Heights. This is also a factor that we aren't thinking about. The Bears are moving outside of the city. The Bears are moving outside of the city of Chicago. Not to mention, is Arlington Heights what county? Okay, well, they haven't escaped. They have, okay, the Bears, even if they are in Arlington Heights. Wait. Okay, well, it depends. I'm reading that Arlington Heights is a municipality in Cook County with a small portion in Lake County in the U.S. state of Illinois. So I don't think that the stadium's in Lake County, but if it is, that'll be beneficial for tax purposes. Hugely beneficial for all of us fans going there. It will mean cheaper prices in the stadium for everything. But you got to imagine, state of Illinois wants their cut, and they get a big, big cut from the Bears. From those taxes. Chat. So the group's work is part of a bigger proposal. Yeah, city taxes are already high. People don't want to pay more taxes on top of that, and that's going to be a real problem selling this to the people of Chicago on top of that. The Bears are saving the people of Chicago money by moving to Arlington Heights in a way. That's Cook there, bro. I used to live in Streamwood, and that was Cook. Okay, so that's Cook. So Tokyo confirming it is Cook. I looked it up. It says there is a small portion in Lake County. It makes me wonder if the land that they purchased is that part in Lake County or not. But the land that they purchased is the Arlington Racecourse course. So maybe that could tell us. Arlington Racecourse, what county? What county is Arlington Racetrack in? It's in Arlington Heights, which we know is mostly Cook. I don't know. Let me see. Cook or Lake? Yeah, this is Cook County. Okay, so Arlington Park, the whole Arlington Race Course is in Cook County, which will confirm that the Bears location will be Cook County. So you'll be getting those Cook County taxes. We did just confirm that live. Also, Tokyo confirming it because he was there. He witnessed. He bore witness out in Streamward. Dude, hopefully the move is going well for you out there, Tokyo. I know you've been moving house out of the city of Chicago. So the group's work is a part of a bigger proposal to transform a stretch of land that also includes the Field Museum, Shedd Aquarium, Adler Planetarium, and McCormick Place. It includes improved transportation and to make the area more bike friendly. So they want to really redo the whole lakefront area there, which I think is great. Actually, spruce that up, refresh that, modernize that, make it so it's much more easily accessible, make it so it's much more safer, so make it so it's much more enticing to come down there and spend time in that little museum stretch of land there. The recommendations for Soldier Field could also be seen as an attempt by Lightfoot to deflect blame the Bears leave. The Bears took a step toward leaving in Soldier Field in September 2021 when they signed a $197 million purchase and sale agreement with Churchill Downs for the 326-acre Arlington Park property in suburban Arlington Heights after the track, which hosted thoroughbred horse racing up since 1927, was put up for sale. The Arlington Park site is 30 miles northwest of Soldier Field. The only potential project the Chicago Bears are exploring for a new stadium development is Arlington Park, the Bears said in a statement released last Friday. As part of our mutual agreement with the seller of that property, we are not pursuing alternative stadium deals or sites, including renovations to Soldier Field, while we are under contract. We have informed the city of Chicago that we intend to honor our contractual commitment as we continue our due diligence and pre-development activities over on the Arlington Heights property. In the meantime, we remain committed to fulfilling our permit operating agreement, POA, at Soldier Field. To this end, we maintain a strong working relationship with Rosa Escarino, the new Chicago Park District General Superintendent, her staff, and the ASM Global Management Team. At the NFL Globe Owners meeting back in March, Bears Chairman George McCaskey reiterated the team is still in the initial phases of deciding how it will develop the land at Arlington Park. Team President Ted Phillips has said the deal likely will not close until early 2023. At which point, the organization will decide whether it's financially feasible to try to develop it further. The Bears' lease at Soldier Field, their home since 1971, runs through 2033. The stadium, owned by the Chicago Park District, underwent a $690 million transformation in 2002 that forced the team to play home games at the University of Illinois in Champaign, and ultimately led to the loss of its National Historic Landmark designation. Soldier Field no longer a National Historic Landmark designated. The interior was demolished, replaced by a flying saucer-like glass-dominated structure cantilevered over the famous Greek and Romanesque colonnades. The clash of styles drew widespread criticism, and the renovation reduced seating in the Bears games to 61,500, the lowest numbers in NFL. In March, McCaskey noted tremendous attachment to both Soldier Field and nearby Wrigley Field, where the Bears played for 50 years prior to their move on the lakefront. Interesting developments there, chat. Well, how do you feel about it? I got some fit chats that are upset, not too pumped about the Bears moving. Some people excited about the Bears moving. I'm mixed reactions. They're moving farther away from me. Soldier Field might be slightly easier to get to for me, being on the southwest suburbs, being a little bit closer to like Comiskey Park, so to speak. for me to get to, but moving it to Soldier Field, moving it to Arlington Park, it very well could work. You're going to be getting the suburbanites out there. Tokyo saying, nah, dog, I'm still in the city, just like 2 miles north of where I was. But you got the house, you got the fiance, you got the Mrs. FC Neo Tokyo. Congrats on that. It's exciting. Summer has been going long. We're already halfway through, which is kind of a bummer, chat. Halfway through. And Chicago Fire are sucking donkey balls. Speaking of Chicago Fire sucking donkey balls, Wayne Rooney. We got this courtesy of Fabrizio Romano at Fabrizio Romano on Twitter. Wayne Rooney set to be appointed as the DC United manager, as per MLS's scoop. That's Pablo Maurer, I believe. Yep, Pablo Iglesias Maurer on Twitter. Agreement now in place after Rooney's decision to leave Derby County days ago. Contracts being prepared. Rooney joined DC United as a player in 2018. And now he is in DC United as the head coach. What do you think about that, chat? I am excited for DC United. I think it's a great move. You better believe that Julian Gressel is probably very, very excited too. They have been struggling there. They've been struggling in DC for the past, since the beginning of the season. They've been looking for answers. I don't think that they have the talent. I think Wayne Rooney should actually be a little player manager there. Maybe you just hop on the pitch for 5-10 games a season. I guarantee you he could make a difference. It's Wayne Rooney. I just believe it. That said, doesn't seem likely. He's coming there to coach. He's committed fully to coach. He's not going to be playing manager there. That ship has sailed. We've moved on. Now he's fully manager mode. Can he make a difference in DC United? I think he can. That's the type of manager that you fight for. That's the type of manager you want to go out and run through walls for. Proof is in the pudding. He had good results at Derby, pretty decent results at Derby. I think they did get docked a whole bunch of points. There's some strange finagling going on in the background, maybe beyond Wayne Rooney's control, so to speak. But it is exciting for DC United, exciting for MLS to get a coach of that name, of that recognizable name. Brings in Zinedine Zidane in MLS. Chicago Fire brings Zidane. Yeah, right. Zidane in Chicago. Yeah, right. They couldn't attract any MLS coach that actually had experience. They had to go for coaches that were wanting MLS experience. Those were Ezra Hendrickson and a lot of other MLS assistants that were vying for their very first MLS head coaching job. That's to the coaches Chicago Fire were after. They weren't after known commodities. They're going out and getting the Paunoviches and the Rafa Wikis who are coaching U17 teams. They're coaching kids, not coaching men. The Chicago Fire need to change that tactic and go out and get a guy who's coached men successfully before. Because that's what we need for our men in red. Ezra Hendrickson, the word is still out. The jury's still out on him. Has he had as much success as Paunovic or Rafa Wiki in the same time as being here? Not really. It's been pretty much very similar. So that's the thing. Tokyo also say what I'm saying. Rooney is not just a name. It's not just a recognizable name. He's actually shown some good coaching acumen. He's shown the ability to make some quality moves as a coach, tactically, man management wise, substitution wise, what have you, in-game management. Wayne Rooney has proved capable. DC United is getting a good coach, chat. Possibly a better coach, probably a better coach on arrival than Ezra Hendrickson. Well, let's put it this way. Who has more years of experience as a head coach? Shocking to learn this, but it's Wayne Rooney. He's got more years of experience as a head coach at Derby County than Ezra Hendrickson has at Chicago Fire, his very first coaching location. I'm excited about Rooney. It makes me very, very miserable about the Chicago Fire. The more this season goes on, the more the Gareth Bales and the Chiellinis come, and the Insignes and the Crescitos go to Toronto. The Bales and the Chiellinis go to LAFC. You got you got Dybala looking at LA Galaxy. I don't know how seriously, but Dybala looking at LA Galaxy apparently somewhat. And then you see Chicago Fire are going and getting a guy like Ivanov, a guy that nobody knows. And this is the city of Chicago. Chicago demands spectacle. We're getting spectacle, just not the right kind with Shaqiri. It's because right now it's a spectacle of, oh, is he injured or does he want to play? That's coming from other fans. I think Shaqiri likes being here. I think Shaqiri is still wanting to be here. I still think he's not checked out, so to speak. I hope not. He's only been here a couple months, but I have read fans on Twitter saying that he looks already gone. He looks halfway out the door. I find that hard to believe. It's a World Cup season, and you better believe his only ticket to go is to be in form and rocking. Is he the Swiss team's best player? He might be one of their best players. I don't know if he's still their best player. He's not necessarily even the Chicago Fire's best player. Chris Mueller has been the Chicago Fire's best player lately, past couple games, and before that, Rafa Chicos was one of the best players for Chicago Fire early on in the season. Without Rafa Chicos, this season is even worse. But even with that, Tokyo saying, I agree, Shaqiri has taken a minute to gel, but now he's playing better. Of course, he's frustrated playing with the chaos. I think he's going to be okay. I like Shaqiri here. He, in my opinion, like I said, I don't think he's checked out. I see little clips during Chicago Fire's videos. That is not the player that I'm seeing on these clips. It's not acting. It is a player who has a love of the game, enjoys soccer, and enjoys playing. And I'm seeing that in Shaqiri. I'm seeing frustration from losses. I see frustration post-match, but do you not want to see that frustration? Do you not want to have a player that cares about winning and losing? Shaqiri, we have a player in Shaqiri that hates losing. We had a player that hated losing in Bastian Schweinsteiger, but his abilities were no longer there to be able to enforce the consequences of his anger, so to speak. Shaqiri still has power. Shaqiri still has power and ability to be able to enforce consequences for doubting him, to enforce consequences for doubting his team. Guys, he's dealing with a little bit of an injury. He's got a little bit of a thigh issue. You run 80 minutes, 90 minutes in a soccer match with a thigh issue and try and keep going. It's hard. And then go kick a ball. Not just run, but then kick a ball. Extra muscly movement on your thighs and your leg. It's just, we need him to get healthy again. That's what's, it's unfortunate that the most expensive player in MLS is not healthy at the moment, because we need him to be, especially if we plan to make the playoffs, which not looking likely at the moment. 9% odds tweeted out by Brian Sandolau the other day. Chat, 9% odds. I'll be right back. Get a new coffee. All right, chat. Getting close to having to shut down here. This will probably be the last game. Last game, and we'll start shutting it down. Just a nice little Monday morning stream, guys, for you. Set the tone. Thanks for coming to hang out, guys. Greatly appreciate it. Love hanging out and talking a little soccer, maybe a little Bears, little Soldier Field, little Chicago with you guys. Stuff's fun. What's going on with my screen here? My green screen. All right, cool. We're talking soccer. We're talking soccer, chat. Well, thanks for joining us here, guys. Make sure you guys kick that like button, subscribe for more Spitting Fire. Thanks for hanging out here, where we talk Chicago sports and all sorts of other fun stuff. We do a little bit more than just Chicago Fire talk here. I've been reading a lot of Chicago Fire Twitter, and Chicago Fire Twitter is like, well, I'm just so tired of Chicago Fire content. So I'm like, well, we do more than just talk about Chicago Fire and, you know, the worst soccer team in Chicago. We do more than talk about them. We come out here and have a little fun. Oh. All right, we're dropping in, chat. I hear it. We gotta go. Last game. All right, chat. Last game. Got to shut it down here after this. But it's been fun hanging out here on this nice little Monday morning. I have this comment, though, I wanted to get to from Justin Whitty on Twitter. Chicago Fire is a mess, but it's harder listening to all of the frustrated fans who deserve better. I love Chicago Fire and its fans, creative, engaged, and conscientious. The fans reflect the richness of the city. Chicago Fire, you aren't doing them right. How do you guys feel about that? Do you guys feel that the Chicago Fire team is not doing the fans a service? Well, I mean, does any bad team really do their fans a service? Here's the thing. Chicago Fire they are spending money. But the money that they're spending, they're not getting the results. They're not getting the desired results. They're spending millions of dollars in unfruitful attempts to gain fans and win soccer games, and it's just not working. Is that on Georg Heitz? Is that on Joe Mansueto? Is that on Coach Ezra Hendrickson? You let me know. I think it's on Joe Mansueto, owner. The reason being, he's the one who signed up for another year of Georg Heitz, despite seeing 3 years of horrifying results that to me did not signify anything other than cutting bait and moving on from Georg Heitz. That said, Georg Heitz brought in Xherdan Shaqiri. Okay, but so now we're saddled with the most expensive player in MLS who cannot play. Meanwhile, Columbus goes and gets out a slightly more expensive player, less salary, more expensive transfer fee, less salary, makes instant impact. 21, 22-year-old former English Premiership striker, winger, while we're going and getting a former Champions League level winger who used to be the captain of Southampton. I mean, like, it's not bad, but when you see the other decisions that like team like Columbus makes when they bring in a Lucas Zelarayan, who all of a sudden becomes one of the most dangerous players in MLS that you have to circle every time you're playing. Every time you're playing Columbus, it starts with Lucas Zelarayan, who you circle like, we got to bottle him up and figure out what we're going to do there first. Who on the Fire are you doing that for? Brian Gutierrez? Shaqiri? No. They aren't enough of a problem for you to truly have to work about solving further the issues that they cause. Zelarayan causes issues. He becomes a legit problem to have for tactical reasons. The Chicago Fire and Ezra Hendrickson and Shaqiri are not causing tactical problems for anyone. Well, maybe the other day for, 45 minutes against Caleb Porter, but Caleb Porter quickly figured it out and undressed the Chicago Fire, like just put them to pieces. Woo! Oh, I need that. Yeah, let's go that. Let's go to fishing. Oops. That's better. I like that gun much better. Fudge. Where are you? Here? That's where it's at. Chat. I do not like that charge SMG at all. I'll pass on that. Yeah, I'll take you. What is you? Nope, charge. What is you? I'll take you. Oh, bullets. Most people's. Oh, I can hunt. Go hunting. We're going hunting. That. You will. Oh, what is this? I'll take that. No, no, it won't. Yeah. All right, that's got it. A hunting we will go. A hunting we will go. I ho the cherry-o. A hunting we will go. That's cool, whatever that is. Where am I supposed to go? To Shuffled Shrine? Okay, yeah, I gotta go to there. Eventually. Just saw a tweet from the local media member saying that we're going to win the cup this year. Playoffs, yes. Cup now. Pump the brakes. Connor, when we were talking to you yesterday, your team is set for the offseason. Is set for the season. It's a great. Where is this guy? All right, let's get out of here. I got a boat? Yeah, there we go. Need a boat. Columbus absolutely has a chance. With the addition of this player, it puts you guys over the top. Woo! Evasive maneuvers, chat. Evasive maneuvers. Yep. I'm going for it. We're going for it. I think Columbus has definitely got a chance to win. In fact, you know what? I would put in a couple bucks on that. If they're still not getting great odds, that might be a good one to jump on. Chicago Fire not looking as good anymore. I love my Chicago Fire early season. They're not getting the love. Get that Lester kind of bet, but man, yeah, not gonna happen. Looking like. But Columbus Crew, they absolutely have a shot. LAFC, Bailey Chiellini. I think it's gonna be LAFC versus Columbus. That's what I'm predicting. LAFC versus Columbus seems like the final. The likely final to me. Yeah, I gotta find this out. Trying to go here. No way, no. All right. Whoa. Keep my eyes out. Oh, there's a nice little treasure chest. that up. Okay, we got one here. Sun. That's crazy. Yeah. There it is. There it is, chat. It's gotta change. Is it time for a fresh approach from the Chicago Fire front office, chat? Is it time to give Georg Heights off the rest of the summer? Or even the rest of the season? Do we let him make decisions that impact this year's team and next year's team and the next year's team? Following year's team? Is it official that Heights has failed and that he should be fired? Let us know in the comments below. All right, chat, I'm gonna shut it down. It's been a great little morning stream, just trying to set the tone for the week with you guys, get a little joy, get a little excitement going. Chicago Fire aren't doing too hot, but you know what? Still fun. Thanks for hanging out. Like and comment on the video. Greatly love to read your comment. Thanks for hanging out here, talking a little soccer with us on this fine Monday morning. And are you guys disappointed in the Bears moving away from Soldier Field over to Arlington Heights? I think it's going to be a good thing. But I also could see it being a harmful thing to fans. Now, the other thing is taxes. The Bears stay, there's renovations done, and that just means increases in taxes for the denizens of Chicago. Now, does a stadium out in Arlington Park mean taxes for Cook County denizens? I question. Does that mean the residents of Cook County have to pay for the stadium? Meanwhile, everybody who lives like right next door in the other counties don't pay for the stadium at all. I don't know how that works. Who's paying for the stadium? Is it the Bears? Is there taxpayer money, which is sometimes the case? Do the Bears have to stay in Soldier Field until 2033? I don't think so. I think the Bears can leave before then. They just have the lease to there, which they could certainly buy out of that lease and move on. Chat. I think that's going to do it, though, for us this week, or for today, rather. I'll see you guys on Wednesday for another live stream. Thanks for hanging out, guys, live or after the fact. And, oh, what? Wait a second. Excuse me? I'm coming. Just a second. I'm away. Wow. All right, chat. Hope you have a lovely rest of the week. We'll hopefully see you on Wednesday for another live stream here on Spitting Fire. Make sure you guys hit that bell icon if you already haven't, so you get notified of our live streams. And if you already are subscribed, you better believe that utterly delights us. Let's get it going, Fire fans. Let's get it going, MLS soccer fans, all you soccer fans, all you sports fans out there, whatever the heck else, everybody else is going on. Thanks for joining us, hanging out here for a little Spitting Fire. Nice on this Monday morning, guys. Have a great one. We'll see you guys soon. Fire it up, footballers. Let's go. Whoa. More people drop. Jeez, gotta get out of here, guys. Have a good one. Stay safe.